The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is presented by the Ohio Veterinary Medical Center, Big D Tack and Vet Supply, Dublin Valley Farms, Stable.ca, and Midland Acres. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Race fans, welcome to the 2024 Clinton County Fair right here in Wilmington, Ohio. Tuesday evening racing card here at the fair. We got 17 races again tonight. Had 17 last night, 34 races over here at Wilmington. I am joined by Mr. Mike Langer.
Good
Welcome,
afternoon,
Mike.
sir. How are you?
Good. And once again, we got Chris Santa Catarina behind the camera. So we got the first race getting ready to post-parade, the ladies' pace. We'll get the post-parade, and we'll come back and tell you who's all in it.
Memorial. Number 1 in the field, Dauntless Shadow. Mary Burkhold at the lines. 2 is Johnny No Knox. Bobby Joe Brewer. Number 3 is Mother of Dragons for Leslie Joyce. Number 4, Yes I Did, Mandy Jones at the lines. And just stepping onto the racetrack on the backstretch is number 5, Hang On Cowgirl, Stacy Curry is in her sulky. 5, Age Pacers will be at the post in less than 3 minutes. Barn area, let's have race 2 ready. We will give you time to warm up, but let's have race 2 ready, and let's keep it rolling.
All right, first race kicking off here is the Springhaven Farms Lady Driving Series. First division, the Mabel Fisher Memorial for a purse of $600. Mike, why don't you start us off here?
You got it. Number 1, Dauntless Shadow. This is Mary Burkhold on the bike. Mary trains the horse as well. Horse is leased by James Sparky of Grove City, Ohio. Shadow Play, pretty popular stallion these days. The mare is all laced out of Roll with Joe. 7 starts this year, yet to be on the board, but been racing fairly competitive race up in Northfield. So a good post position here at the fairgrounds may help.
The 2 is Johnny No Knox. Bobby Joe Brewer is going to be in the bike for trainer Jonathan Crow, who co-owns with Stanley Crow, both from Lebanon. The Western Terrier, 5-year-old gelding out of the Falcon Sister mare Pegasus. First start this year. Had 7 starts last year. Took a mark of 58-1 up at Northfield Park.
Number 3, Mother of Dragons, Lori Farnes-Smith. Trainer is Jeff Smith. I'm assuming there's a relationship, but I can't confirm.
I can't confirm either, and
All
I
right,
know
we'll
Jeff.
see if we can find that out during the course of the day. This is a Fear the Dragon mare out of Favorite Fantasy by Cam Luck. David Finnegan, close by Hillsborough, Ohio, is the owner. 13 starts this year, 1 win, 1 second, 1 third.
The 4, Yes I Did. It's not something you hear 5 or 6-year-olds say when they're in trouble, is it?
No.
Mandy Jones in the bike.
But I love the mare. Wait till you get to the mare. That makes the name even better.
Brian Jones trains the Shady Shark Hanover 4-year-old gelding.
Oh, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. At number 5, Hanging Cowgirl, Stacy Curry owns, trains, and drives out of Thornville up by Buckeye Lake. This horse is 17 out of 22 in the money this year, by far and away the class of the race, $82,000 in earnings at a mark of 152-3 at Mount Vernon.
So we got the 1 to 5 favorite is Hang On Cowgirl and Stacy Curry on the outside post. And Mike Walkenberg's starting gate is starting to roll, and we're set to go off for the first.
Didn't look good an hour and a half ago, but the skies have cleared. The track is fast. If you're watching across Ohio, the United States, the world on the OHHA, or if you've joined us in person, welcome to Wilmington. They're lined up for a start. Very slowly getting pacing. Mother of Dragons right out there for the lead, along with Yes I Did. Dauntless Shadow away in third. Four to the inside, Johnny No Knox, and then it's Hang On Cowgirl. Mandy Jones saying Yes I Did to the front, and he's up there by about 2 lengths. Mother of Dragons pocketed up for Leslie Joyce, and then it's 2 further back to Mary Burkhold and Dauntless Shadow. Bobby Joe Brewer and Johnny No Knox, and the early trailer is the heavily favored Hang On Cowgirl and Stacy Curry. To the opening quarter mile, they stop, and it's Yes I Did, putting that opening quarter mile on the board in an even 30 seconds. Tight second is Mother of Dragons, still about 3 lengths back to Dauntless Shadow, but now first over. Hang On Cowgirl is on the move on the outside. She was fifth and fourth, now third, and charging up after the leaders. Yes I Did. On the inside, Mother of Dragons, but company's coming in the form of Stacy Curry and Hang On Cowgirl. They've circled up to the leader's wheel as they come in front of the fans. The stands the first time. And Yes I Did put a half on the board in 1 minute and 2/5, 30 and 2/5, second quarter for that one. And on the outside, Hang On Cowgirl drives on, and these two will hook up as 5/8 are in the book, and heads are pointed towards 3/4. On the inside, Yes I Did. On the outside, Hang On Cowgirl. These two are battling down the Clinton County Fair backstretch. On the inside third, trying to go on his Mother of Dragons. Mandy Jones just kicked the plugs on Yes I Did, and he responds and kicks away by a length. Hang On Cowgirl still trying to be there through 3/4. The ladies mean business. They're there at 1:29 and 3, and around the turn they go. Yes I Did does not want to give it up. Hang On Cowgirl with heavy pressure on the outside. These two are battling, but Hang On Cowgirl just went off stride. Yes I Did. He did it in Wilmington in the first division of the ladies' pace under a confident Mandy Jones hand drive. Time of the mile, 2 minutes flat.
Well, it was an interesting first race. You know, Hanging Cowgirl, despite the winning so much more substantially in starts and everything, was 9 lengths off almost, like at the quarter pole. And, you know, just too much to make up. Yes I Did has been, you know, pacing in 53 and 54 over at Hoosier, so it's not like the Joneses' horse is nothing. And that would have been a really tough trip for Hanging On Cowgirl, even if she was able to stay flat through the stretch.
Yep. Yeah, she was out first up a long way, and around a half-mile track makes a little bit of a difference with the 4 turns, but
Absolutely.
yeah. But we need to talk about the track real fast. We had a torrential downpour here.
We met Beryl.
Yes.
We met Beryl.
And the track crew, Bob Scott, and I don't know who was in the other vehicle, but they did a great job here. It was a little wet along the rail, as you can see, but other than that, the track is good. And there's no mud fenders on or nothing. They've done a great job with this track.
Yeah, they sure have. When I got here, Chris was drying off as much of the equipment as possible, and I was at the first row of the bleachers and looking up, and I'm like, okay, why is it wet all the way to the top of the bleachers? And it was because Beryl was raining sideways, and she came right in all the way to the top. Unfortunately, Chris was able to get some towels, and we put a good effort in as a team, and we got it all cleaned up.
Yep. So Mandy Jones, gate to wire in the first with Yes I Did. We talked about been pacing, got a record of 53 and 2 there at Hoosier this year. So pretty stout field we had here for the first Mabel Fisher Memorial. Mabel trained here at the fairgrounds for years. You always knew where you stood with Mabel. She always had a little dog with her, and I don't remember the dog's name that I can remember when I was growing up, but yep, she always had a little dog with her and would do anything for you.
It's one of the qualities of this sport. We got a lot of good souls.
Yep. Thanks Springhaven Farms for sponsoring the ladies series. They have Soto for a few years now. And we got Mandy Jones in the winner's circle.
Yes, I did. Wow, it's 2 minutes flat.
Senior Day. At 3 p.m. in the Little Florence Swine Barn is the Open Swine Show. At 4 o'clock, the
And that first race, Mabel Fisher Memorial Blanket, will go to the fastest division. The ladies race. The second division will come up in race 5. Results are official in the first. Number 1, Dauntless Shadow 5. The 2, Johnny No Knox 4. 3, Mother of Dragons 3. 4, Yes I Did, the winner. 5, Hang On Cowgirl 2. 5, 4, 3, 1, 2 on the bottom. 30 seconds. 1 minute 2 fifths. 1:29 and 3. 2 minutes flat. Your upcoming second race, we have no changes.
Race 1 down, we got 16 to go. We're going to take a look at the second race here, which is going to be the 2-year-old filly pace, 6 of them going to the gate. So we'll take a look at that here after we hear a few words from our sponsors.
Clinton County has had an important place in Ohio Fair history. It was Clinton County's representative in the state legislature that sponsored a bill allowing for the establishment of local agricultural societies. Now, with legitimacy, counties all over the state began organizing proper societies. Clinton County itself would be one. It hosted its first fair in October of 1833. The one-day event highlighted livestock, produce, and homemade goods. The fair grew steadily, and within 3 decades, the permanent fairgrounds and racetrack were built. The biggest attraction for Clinton County was sulky racing. In 1922, the track was remodeled into a clay regulation course. Said to be the best in the country, it became home to a major race known as the Ohio Pacing Derby in the mid-1900s. The Clinton County Fair was also where Roger Houston began calling races in 1960. Known around the world as the voice of harness racing, Houston has been inducted into the Harness Racing Hall of Fame and the Little Brown Jug Hall of Fame for his 60-year career. Today, Clinton County is part of the Ohio Colt Racing Association and features 2 nights of harness racing.
Hi, I'm Dean Gillespie, and I want to tell you about the Ohio Colt Racing Association. There's 19 member fairs, and they sponsor the Partial Futurity in Greenville, Ohio. You need to race in the OCRA. Great racetracks, great people. Bring the kids and come out to the fair, and remember, fair time is fun time.
Welcome back here to Clinton County Fair. Race 2 coming up. We got the first division. Looks like, I think, 5 divisions of 2-year-old pacing fillies today.
Yep.
So, Ski Racing is the sponsor, which Jason and his wife Jackie are on the backside there, manning the grill. They got hamburgers, hot dogs, some other stuff over there, taking donations for the Clinton County Horsemen's Association.
They delivering?
Ooh. Oh, we might have to.
I bet you got a phone number, don't you?
I may have a phone number or two.
Sounds good. So, yeah, this is the first of 5 divisions. Purse for each one is $3,080. And all babies in here, there's actually 2 horses that have been in the money, but they've all just been qualifying or had 1 race under their belt. Let's go through them. Number 1 is Milaona Paycheck. Ronnie Gillespie will be driving for Steve Livingston. This is a lather-up 2-year-old filly pacer out of the Mare Melanie Charquette by Shark Gesture. Full Tilt Farms, LLC from Union City, Ohio, are the owners. And again, just 1 qualifier. Ronnie got this horse around the track on July 1st for the first time.
The 2 is Bluey. Steve Carter trains with Austin Hanners in the bike. Fear the Dragon filly out of the Shadow Play Mare Quarter Blue Chip, owned by 4 from Bloomingburg, Kemper, Yorkshire, 98 Degrees Farm in Bexley, and Vanetta out of Columbus, Ohio. She's got 1 start and 1 win over there at Circleville Fair. Took a mark of 2-5-1, and then qualified last month up at Scioto. Finished second, 57 flat, last quarter in 28-1.
Pretty impressive qualifier, 28-1.
Yep.
Number 3 is Talking Dirty. Sean Barker, the second for Logan Rowe. This is a well-said filly by the mare Sarah's Little Sis by the great stallion Noble Sam. Matt E. Rowe from Urbana is the owner. One start out of the 8-hole in Scioto at a $12,000 race. Just Chris Page just took his filly around the track, didn't really do much with her, and should be ready to take a little shot here at the fairgrounds against other babies that are just getting started.
The 4, Girls Be Cruising. Jeff Nisonger's driving for trainer, co-owner Eddie Poling. Also co-owned with James Martin and Jeff Materney from Florida. Yankee Cruiser filly out of the Dally Mares. Something for the girls. I don't have my glasses on.
That's
I gotta have sunglasses on because, like we talked about, that sun hits us directly.
It's hitting us directly, but it's also bouncing off of the bleachers in front of us. So we're getting a double whammy. First we got 4 inches of rain in about 8 minutes, and now we're getting hammered by the sun. Number 5, 4 Carat Rock. Kane Kaufman picks up the driver. Ben Davis, Brent Hopper, James Davis, and Kyle Gray are the owners. This is the Rapp and Amadeus filly out of the mare 4-hour nap by 4-Star Shark.
First division of the ski racing stable 2-year-old Billy Pace.
You want me to hand this to him, or how do you move? Let's see how it is first.
Field being led to the post by number 1, Milla on a paycheck for Ronnie Gillespie.
Bubblegum?
Number 2, Bluey. Austin Hanners will parade last. Number 3, Talking Dirty, 2 Barker.
Ice cream.
Number 4, Girls Be Cruising for Jeff Niceonger.
I need to move. We don't want to be No.
Number 5, 4 Carat Rock, Kane Kaufman. And number 6, scoring off the second tier, is Ramble on Strawberry. Scott Cisco will drive. The 5 2-year-old filly pacers will be on the gate with 1 trailer in less than 3 minutes. First division of the ski racing stable, 2-year-old filly pace. Jason Borowski, stabled here at Wilmington. Also manning the Horseman's Cookout at the Blue.
All right, had to get somebody away from our live mic.
Yeah, that
here.
was a smooth move there.
Yeah, I said, you got a live mic behind you. She said, oh, you definitely don't want me sitting in front of it. So rounding out the field, we have Ramble on Strawberry. And I found out from Scotty, they when they sent this name in, they for some reason forgot the RY on it.
Did they really?
They did.
I wondered about that because I saw this horse at Circleville, and I didn't want to ask because
Yeah.
it's hard to tell what you're going to get back.
Right. Yeah. But then they didn't want to pay the fee to have it changed. So.
Oh, there you go. Strawberry.
Scott Cisco, old Cupcake. He used to be in the barn with me, and I don't know. I'd call him Cupcake, and he'd call me Donut.
Nice.
I don't know why he'd call me Donut.
Well, you guys are probably into pastries.
He trains the well-said filly for Gail Carson, Marjorie Paul Hamus, Doug, and Carson. 1 start this year, like you said, over at Circleville, finished 4th, made a couple breaks, though. Then took him up to qualified up at Scioto. So we got 6 2-year-old pacing fillies for the first division here. What do we got on the board? 4-5 favorite is the 2 Bluey. Steve Carter with that impressive 57
off of that
mile.
qualifier, yeah. But, if you look at that 3 that Talking Dirty, despite Chris, just taking the horse around the track from the 8-hole, he's parked to the quarter out of the 8-hole, 28-3, and just stayed with the field until the very end. I mean, they came home in that race at 56-3. He lost like 5 lengths, but he'd been out there just winging it and still came home in 28-4.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised that a few of these end up close to each other. 4 Carat Rock, Kenny Kaufman's horse he's 56-4. At Scioto came home in 28-3. So there's 3 of them in here. I'm not sure that any one is that more dominant over the others, but that's why they have the races.
Yep.
We can figure all that out, and the babies especially. I've been taking care of working with the Kentucky Harness Horsemen Association and doing the fairs down there, the Proud Series, which is all 2- and 3-year-olds as well. And when you talk to the drivers and the trainers and even the owners, the first 3 or 4 weeks down there, it's nothing but learning. You know, a lot of these kids, they're getting behind the gate. There's horses on both sides of them. At some of these fairgrounds, they're second tier, you know, and that really, you know, just makes their brain explode. You know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's an educational experience. And the horses, all these 2-year-old filly pacers are lined up and headed up the backstretch towards the starting gate. And it'll be a month or so before they'll start to separate themselves from each other in terms of, you know, who's going to be racing a Grand Circuit at the end of the year and who's not. So long ways to go. We just wish safe drives to all these very well-bred girls, because some of the stallions here, Lather Up, Fear the Dragon, Well Said, Yankee Cruiser, Rockin' Amadeus. I mean, these are some of the finest. So let's send it inside the infield here for the call of, you know, we got here late. I don't even know who's calling the races.
Brian George.
Brian George is calling the races. Trainer Brian George?
Trainer Brian George.
I'll be darned.
Oh, yeah.
That's
We'll
great.
We'll talk about Brian here in a minute.
Sounds good. Let's go to Brian for the call of the second.
They're off in their pacing except for Talking Dirty, who made a dirty break leaving. And away they go on the inside. $1 million on a paycheck benefits from the inside and takes the racetrack for Ronnie Gillespie. Being wrangled back into second is Bluey from Austin Hanners, and away in third is 4 Carat Rock. 4 lengths further back to Girls Be Cruising as the first-time starter skims along for Nice on her. And now Kaufman looks to quarter move up with 4 Carat Rock as he popped the 3-hole, and he's driving on the outside up to the leader. Gillespie's going to yield for the pocket as 4 Carat Rock. The Rockin' Amadeus filly, after some impressive efforts at Scioto Downs and Circleville, is on the point through an opening quarter of 29 2/5 seconds. $1 million on a paycheck will take the pocket for Gillespie. Third to the inside is Bluey. 5 lengths further back to Girls Be Cruising, and the 2 early breakers are Ramble on Strawberry and Talking Dirty as they come in front of the fans in the stands for the first time. 4 Carat Rock. Kane Kaufman's got her throttled down and rating along nicely. Over $1 million on a paycheck. Bluey is anxious to go on, and Hanners starts to peek to the outside through a half at 101 and 2/5 seconds, and business is going to pick up as Bluey is on the move on the outside for Austin Hanners. But 4 Carat Rock, Kane looks confident on the front, and we'll see how the battle goes down the backstretch. 4 Carat Rock still by a length. Bluey still on the outside and still advancing for Austin Hanners. $1 million on a paycheck is still there in third, now a tight pocket, and it's far back to the 3 trailers. 3/4 is history, and still on the lead is 4 Carat Rock. Through 3/4 of 1:32 and 3, and around the bottom turn they go. 4 Carat Rock. He's been there since the opening quarter-mile pole when he brushed to the front, and Kane asked for more as they turn for home. 4 Carat Rock. $1 million on a paycheck, tries to stay with him in second, but this one is all 4 Carat Rock under a very confident Kane Kaufman drive. $1 million on a paycheck was second, Bluey was third. 2:02.
So Kane Kaufman with the pre-quarter move there, take the lead.
Yeah, he wasn't going to let Ronnie put the field to sleep, I don't think.
No.
Caught on to that pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It was a nice little brush, too. They got to the quarter in 29 and 2. Miliona Paycheck Gillespie just sat behind him the whole way, but that middle half at 103 is really what allowed Kane Kaufman to just maintain and pull away a little bit at the end in the final quarter in 29 and 3 or 29 and 4, which was pretty easy at that point. But that's what we were talking about. I mean, the horse came home in 28 and 3 in the qualifier at Scioto, and nothing that would keep her out of it. And of course, the 1 and the 2 both competitive as well. So yeah, 4 Carat Rock, Kenny Kaufman for Ben Davis wins the first division in the 2-year-old filly pace.
So Austin made a half and pulled first up here at the half. Stayed with her, but just,
Yeah.
When Kane switched the tail up there, top of the stretch,
Yeah, that was it.
his filly responded.
Sure did.
We talked about some of these drivers, Kane and Austin, taking a night off from Scioto.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and it's got to be unusual. I mean, they're both, top 10 drivers over
Moving
there.
back in front of the stands is
I
your
did not
now
look at the
official winner of
Scioto
race 2.
program
Winner's
tonight.
2-year-old
Let's
being
go down
rode
to
by
the
Ryan
winner's
Amadeus out of the 4-star Sharkmare 4-hour now. Owned by Brent Hopper, Nicholasville, Kentucky, Jim Davis, 11 in Ohio, Kyle Graves, Heaney, Ohio, Ben Davis. The training victory, Kane Kaufman in the sulky for this filly. Winning today here at Wilmington, her first career win. She establishes a lifetime mark of 2:02. And that 2-year-old filly pace is sponsored by Ski Racing Stable. Trophy will go to the fastest division. No changes as of now in the upcoming third race. We'll give you the official results from race 2 momentarily.
So 2:02 flat is the final. We'll keep an eye on that as we head to the other 4 divisions and see how competitive this all becomes. But some schedule in this fair season going on. How many today? I think there's 3 today, I believe.
Yep, 3. We got, I think it's Frank and Doug at Ballinger there at Bell Fountain, and Susan.
And Roger.
And no, it wasn't Roger. I can't remember who she said she's taken with her up to Cortland.
To Cortland.
They had a double header that day. So, yeah, 4 racing cards today.
'Tis the season.
It is. It's
yes,
gonna,
it is.
Yep.
When's your next one?
So I will be at Wellston Friday evening.
Oh, I
here
think
live streaming OHHA.
I think I'm at Wellston, but maybe that's Saturday.
But then I race Saturday at Wellston. So
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Yeah, Saturday at 6:30, an
Yep.
evening card.
Evening card.
Delightful. I look forward to
Jackson.
seeing you down there.
Yep. Jackson County Fair. So we got 2 down, 15 to go. Third race coming up is the first division of 3-year-old trot and fillies. 5 of them going to the gate, so we'll take a look at them as soon as we hear from our sponsors.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year. Our expert team of boarded surgeons, sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sport horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Back here for the third race. Chris said we've got viewers right now on YouTube.
Oh, awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're up.
Yeah, we're up.
And let us know how you made out.
So, plus, with the weather, some of the equipment got wet.
Yeah.
Chris did a great job.
Got a good crowd of people watching. North Carolina, Seneca Lake, Rockford, Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. We always get a couple of folks from down in Florida. Good evening, DeLand. Thank you all for being with us. Mark Reinhardt just put the link up for the YouTube, so anybody that's having issues, just go to our comment section on our Facebook page, and you'll see the link there to be able to get there.
All right, thank you, Mark. Third race coming up, 3-year-old trot and fillies, purse of $4,250. First division, the Bertie Lewis Memorial. We run through the field here. I'll talk about Bertie here. The 1, She's AB. Roy Burns owns, trains, and drives the What the Hill filly. Now the Victory Sam Mare Honey Bee. First time starter this year. Last year had 13 starts. Took a win over Cortland in 210-1. A little over $8,500. First start in the Roy Burns barn.
Number 2, Honey's Lucky Star. Scott Sisko drives, trains, and owns along with Douglas and Gail Carson from Conover, Ohio. This filly is by the Lucky Chucky out of Hetty's Honey by Duke of York. 2 starts so far this year. 7 last year with 3 times on the money and earnings of $4,000. Still looking for her first win.
The 3, All About Faith. David Ward in the bike for trainer Tyler Tinch. What the Hill filly out of the Credit Wintermare Global Pageant. Owned by Blaze Racing Company out of Cincinnati, Ohio. She's got 14 starts this year. 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. Over $16,000 in the bank. She's coming on a 2-win race streak. Circleville right back at Marion. Last year took a mark at 2-1-1 at Greenville.
And I've been given a heads up by the people sitting 2 rows behind us that there's a group of 9 of them that have a piece of this horse. And so we can expect some, I don't remember what the word is he used, but I expect rowdiness is probably close to it.
Yeah.
Number 4, first prize winner, Matthew Brown, and trains, drives, and owns along with Todd Carpenter from Mount Vernon. 12 starts this year, a win, a second, 3/3, 8,100 in earnings. Enterprise stallion to Burnett by credit winner, and a mark of 2:06 on a sloppy track in Northfield this year.
The 6 or the 5 real fast, Madame Pele, Ronnie Gillespie in the bike for owner-trainer Jessica Smith. The creatine filly's got 8 starts this year, a win, 2 seconds, a third, and almost $21,000 in the bank. Mark a 57 flat at Northfield.
Nice little filly there.
Roy Burns at the lines. 2 will be on the track momentarily. Number 3, All About Faith. David Ward at the lines. Last as well, and number 5, Madame Pele, Ronnie Gillespie, in her sulky. The 5 3-year-old trotting fillies will be at the post in 3 minutes.
So we're waiting for Scott Sisko. He just come out on the track. Of course, when you're in back-to-back here at the fairs, I don't know if Scott's got any help over there or not, but I'm sure somebody's helping him out and get one horse done and get the other one horse on the track.
Been pretty impressed with the way that all these guys have been handling that at the fairs this year, both here in Ohio as well as in Kentucky. You know, some of these cards when the season starts at the fairs are 16, 18. And the first week we had down in Lebanon, Kentucky at the end of May, we had 24 races to start the Proud Series down there on the first go-around. And we got it done in 6 hours. So when you got babies, and like you said, you know, a lot of these guys are coming off of horses and getting on another one as quick as they can, and if they're by themselves, it's a challenge.
It is,
but they get it done.
So, Bertie Lewis Memorial here. Bertie and her husband Daryl trained here at the Clinton County Fairgrounds for years. Daryl passed away, I'm wanting to say 8 to 10 years ago, and Bertie and Mark Winters' mother, Maul, I don't know her name, I just know her as Maul Winters. They would go to all the fairs with Mark and stuff, and I always called them the Peanut Gallery, sitting on the backside there.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, we lost Bertie here in the past year, but the last couple years where she wasn't able to get to the track, she was always watching us here on Facebook.
Awesome.
So we're thanking the Lewis family. Well wishes for them.
Very nice.
Right now, the 3 horse, All About Faith, 1 to 5 favorite. So coming off the 2-race win streak. Was in the late closer there at Scioto. Made the final. Didn't have any racing luck there. Sam Widger drove her there. Then was in the Hackett elimination. Made the final. Didn't do any good in that. And tried the Buckeye Stallion Series, so she's been racing with some tough company.
She has, yep, she sure has. And 5 out of 14 in the money. A lot of great What the Hills on the fairgrounds this year. Last year too, but a lot of them this year as well.
Yeah. And Roy Burns, and I don't know if you noticed or not, Roy, he warms up right before the race. You know, he was out there as soon as the second race was over with.
That's his warm-up. He's not out earlier.
Nope.
Comes out right before the race itself.
Yep. So that's what somebody told me. I kind of think that's the way it is, but yeah, Roy does it that way. And
I suppose, whatever works for you, right?
Absolutely, yep. There's 5 ways of doing things here in the business. So then we got Madame Pele whips up a winner at the Buckeye Stallion Series. That's where she took her mark at 57 back on June 12th up at Northfield. So she was in a couple late closers at Scioto also.
A pretty tough field up there as well.
Mm-hmm. Was second in the first leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series, so she's on her way to making the final on that.
Yeah, she and the 3 have been racing for most of the money out of these guys. Oh, tell us about Brian George.
Oh, Brian. So, as a lot of people know, Brian here has a big stable, races all over Ohio. He is on the fair board here at Clinton County. He does a lot. He makes sure the tracks, he's got a track crew set up. Of course, now he does the announcing. Yeah, Brian does a lot here for the Clinton County.
Sorry, his base is here?
Yes.
Okay,
yep.
All right. He's got a lot of horses, right?
He does, yeah.
He must have a ton because he's everywhere every night.
He is, yeah. So he's got a good crew working for him. Alan, Heather, Dog. I can't think of his first name. I think Andy, but everybody calls him Dog. Yeah, he's got a good crew working for him, and Brian trusts him enough to. He says, "I'm going to go play in the announcer's booth. You guys handle my horses."
Go take the horses. Yeah, that's great.
We're still at All About Face, still at 1-5.
First division of 3. Individual purse $4,250. Total purse $12,750. Fastest winning time out of anybody in here is the 5, Madame Pele, and that is that 157 up at Northfield. Well, the horses are getting to the starting gate, and I think we can send it up to Brian. For the call of the third, you are watching live harness racing from the Clinton County Fair, brought to you by the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association and all of our fine sponsors. And we thank you for being with us. We've got 16 races, and this is number 3. So still got time to fire up the barbecue and enjoy something nice and refreshing. Or you come out here for an $8 lemonade. Your choice, folks.
Yeah.
Here comes the third.
All About Faith was sent away quickly on the outside for Ward. She crosses right over to the pylons around the first turn. First prize winner, ducked in the pocket for Matthew Brown. Parked and pressing, Madame Pele. So around the turn they go, and Ward's got the front with All About Faith. Madame Pele presses on for Ronnie Gillespie, driven along in third. First prize winner off stride with Honey's Lucky Star, and She's Ab is in fourth. It is a speed duel up front. David Ward is going to pass out some late Tuesday afternoon parking tickets as he's got Gillespie hung on the outside through a quarter at 29 and 4/5. Ward means business, and he's still there on top by a length. Gillespie on the outside with Madame Pele is trying to find a seat, and on the inside third, watching those battling leaders, is first prize winner. So finally, Gillespie, oh no, he's still out. He is up the inside, first prize winner filled that hole, and they went through a half behind the lead of All About Faith. He's halfway home in 1 minute and 3/5. So the pace is honest, and All About Faith is still there by a length. Madame Pele has been there every step of the mile, and she's still chasing him in second. Third, now dropping back a bit on the inside, is first prize winner. She's Ab in the early breaker, Honey's Lucky Star. Down the backside they go, and All About Faith is up front where she likes it. She's on top by 3. Madame Pele finally found the pond line, and she's sitting in there in second, trying to go on for Class B through 3/4 in 1:30 and 1/5. With powerful strides, All About Faith is kicked away, and she's opened up by about 5. Madame Pele is trying to hold the place spot over first prize winner, but they turn for home, and this one is all over. All About Faith could have won with a piano in her mouth. In there for second is Madame Pele, and first prize winner for third. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 1/5.
And the bleachers behind us are emptying it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There will be 10 of them headed to the winner's circle for a picture. Congratulations to Blaze Racing of Cincinnati, Ohio, and their 3-year-old filly trotter, All About Faith. That's 3 in a row in Ohio.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. That's 3 out of 15 wins, 18 plus another couple, puts the earnings so far this year over $20,000.
We'll see if we can't grab somebody there and talk to them a little bit about
Sure,
this filly.
yeah.
Once they're done. But
Yeah.
they can enjoy their winner's circle moment right now. And once again, usually one of the things I have is who's in the Ohio Fair Championship points and stuff like that.
Right.
I didn't even get that done last few days. So, but I'm sure she probably is.
Right, just based on the wins. Yeah.
Stop Scioto heading to the fairs, and
Yep.
she's well on her way to make the finals for that. Which I think Susan said it's October 14th up at Northfield Park.
Northfield Park, yep.
Let's be getting ready for race 4. Getting ready for race 4.
So David Ward parked Ronnie Gillespie. Would not let him go.
No, Roddy stayed with him or parked out there until about a little bit past the half, probably 5/8 is when the 4 started to fade back a little bit. First prize winner, so Ronnie just slid into the 2-hole, but that's when All About Faith opened it up a little bit. It's really great that these guys, they started the horse in Miami Valley racing for $12,000, put them in the Hackett for $20 and $50, been racing at Scioto, and I'm sure that there's a condition at Scioto that this horse would fit into. But the fact that they've got the horse down here at the fair, racing is, for not as much money,
Right.
but for the sport. For just the sport of it, it's pretty cool.
Of course, she's been racing.
Bernie Lewis Memorial Trophy will go to the winner of the fastest division. Time to beat. Just sat down. Results are official. Race 3, number 1, she's out. 5. Miss 2, Honey's Lucky Star. 4. 3, All About Faith, the winner. 4, first prize winner. 3. 5, Madame Pele. 2. 29 and 4. 1 minute 3/5. 1:30 and 1. 2 minutes 1/5. Your upcoming 4th race, we have to change drivers on the 5. Fear My Grace. Make that driver Austin Anders. Austin Anders gets the 5. Fear My Grace, race 4.
All right. Back here, All About Faith. Hey, Chris, did you get the time on that race? What? Neither did we. We was talking there.
We know it was 3/4 of 1:30, and I think he was opening it up a little bit. So I'm going to guess he came home at about 2 minutes to 1.
Yeah, that's
Something like that.
what I was going to guess. Maybe the wife did. If not, I'm sure the owners know.
I'll bet they do.
Yep. All right, we're going to take a look at the 4th race here coming up. First division, 3-year-old Payson fillies. 5 of them going to the gate. And we're going to take a look at them here after a few commercials.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Long Tom, Summa Cum Laude, Ready for Moni, and Bit of a Legend. See our yearlings at the Blooded Horse Sale August 27th and the Ohio Select Sale September 15th.
Sure is. I feel like I'm in his.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 66 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fairs, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for nearly $23 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Glover's going to cost you $10.
Hoping to get her this way.
All right, back here at the Clinton County Fair. We got the fourth race coming up.
Jeremy, you want to do it?
Yep, I do. But first, we got one of the owners there of the filly that just won, the All About Faith.
Go ahead.
Yep.
That's Jeremy. What's your name?
Brent.
Brent? Okay, Brent, nice to meet you. Thank you for stopping in such short notice. So you're part of the Blaze Racing Company, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, was you the founder of that? Or did you
My wife and I founded
Awesome.
it together.
And how many horses do you have?
Currently, we have two. So we
Okay.
have Faith, All About Faith, of course, 3-year-old filly trotter, and we have Hillfire, who's a 2-year-old colt trotter. But unfortunately, he had to have surgery earlier this year, so he's resting at the farm. He'll be training again next month, and we'll probably bring him back for debut.
Good. Okay. So what got you into the business?
Both family history and a joke.
Okay.
Long story short, I was when I was a kid growing up, my dad had got into the business as his midlife crisis, so to speak. And so when I was in like 5th, 6th grade, we traveled all over watching a pacer that he had at the time. She ended up setting a track record up at Soda Downs, and it was real exciting. We traveled to Yonkers and a few other places as well. And then that time kind of passed, and 10, 15 years went by. And last year, 2 years ago, I was joking and ranting and raving, and I said, well, heck, I should just buy a horse. And 2 days later, my dad called me and said, there's a sale in 2 weeks, are you in? And I said, sure. And so I got 6, 8 other people together, and we all put our money together and got a horse.
Good. So he called you out on it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It was
that's
half joking, but half serious.
Well, good. We're glad you did. How'd you come up with Blaze Racing?
So originally last year we had Orion Racing, which commonly got confused with Aryan Racing, and when you have a bunch of white gentlemen that are kind of all behind it, kind of wasn't looking good for us in that respect, and we were really basing it off of the Greek name at that time.
Okay.
But with Blaze, after talking with lots of different people and my family and so forth, it was really kind of igniting a passion, and igniting a vision, and so Blaze is like the torch of starting something new.
It is. Yeah. Awesome. So what's next for your filly?
So we'll be at Lebanon next week. That's our home track. So we're definitely going to be giving it our all there. We're probably going to have quite a few people there watching her next week. I think last year we had 38 or 39 people in the winner's circle.
Oh, awesome.
So we're hoping to kind of repeat that, if not have more people.
Hey, Ellen, do you remember a group of like 38 people in the... Do you remember a group of like 35 people in the winner's circle at Lebanon last year? Yeah. That's him. Okay.
She had to go to the other side of the track to get the picture. It was great.
Yeah. Well, good. No, we love to see that, and we thank you for stopping by, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks,
appreciate
sir.
all you guys do. We got a lot of fans and friends back home watching because of what you all do.
Good deal. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, that's
All right, we missed a post parade here. No big deal. We're going to run them down real fast. 3-year-old Payson Fillies, First Division, sponsored by Woodland Run Equine. Purse of $4,444. The one is Bella Filly. Steve Carter trains. David Young the second in the bike. Randy Young Stables LLC owns. Down by the Seaside Filly. Has 10 starts this year, 2 wins, a second. 2/3, over $21,000 in the bank. Took a mark at 55 and 2 at Miami Valley.
Number 2 is David Sweetie. Carl Newland is the driver and the trainer. The owner is the Hartley Farms of Fremont, Ohio. This will be this filly's first lifetime start. She's by Bit of a Legend by the mare Sweetie Sue Cam out of Cam's Magic Trick.
The 3, Cash and Dragon. Clayton Pfeiffer in the bike for trainer owner Ed Davis. Fear the Dragon filly. She's had 3 starts this year. Looks like she's tried at Miami Valley a few times, took a break, went back over to Circleville for her next start.
Lady Bridgerton, Brian Georges. Oh, I'll have to keep an eye and an ear on his tone here as he calls a race with his...
He did okay yesterday with his horses.
Did he?
He did, yeah.
Okay. Is he 1-9 or 19-1? I can't see that.
He's the 1-9 favorite.
He is the 1-9 favorite.
The one.
Lady Bridgerton is a filly at a Bit of a Legend end by Rose Run Vanity. Out of the Great McCardle, owners are Walker, Kelly, Jameson, and Carey. In Ohio, 7 starts this year, includes 3 wins, an impressive 152-4 mark at Miami Valley, and earnings of $20,500.
And the 5, Fear My Grace. I think it's Dylan Fagan in the bike, maybe?
Austin. Yep, Austin Hanners.
Okay. Brett Swartz, who co-owns with Racehorse Express, and Harrington and Brian Larrick. 7 starts this year, a win, a second. Took a mark, one over at Circleville, 2-3, a little over $8,000 in the bank. So we got 5 going to the gate. Like I said, Lady Bridgerton's the 1-9 favorite, but the one horse 70-1.
And off stride.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's send it up, Brian, for the call of the 4th.
Bell Philly. They're off in their pacing, and Lady Bridgerton and Cash and Dragon went out for the lead. Weighing 3rd, Fear My Grace. 4 to the inside is David Sweetie and the early breaker of Bell Philly. Now the turn they go, and Jason Beatty lines up with Lady Bridgerton by a length. Pocketing up was Clayton Pfeiffer with Cash and Dragon. Inside 3rd, Fear My Grace for Austin Hanners. And a closer 4th, David Sweetie. And far back, still refusing to pace, is Bell Philly. Down the backside they go for the quarter, and Lady Bridgerton has got command. The 3-year-old Bit of a Legend filly clocked the opening quarter in 30 1/5 seconds. A very tight pocket for Cash and Dragon, as that one is eager to go on as Beatty taps the brakes. Fear My Grace looks him over from 3rd, and David Sweetie is tightened down at 4th, far back to the trailer. In front of the fans in the stands the first time, Lady Bridgerton has the lead by a length. Cash and Dragon looks him over from 2nd, and it's Fear My Grace, David Sweetie. They're half mile in the books. He's got that one under tight lines through an opening half 101 4/5, a 31-3 second quarter stroll. As Lady Bridgerton looks tough to beat from here, but they'll company will come soon from the form of Fear My Grace from third. David Sweetie is back and forth. Down the backside they go for 3/4. And Lady Bridgerton still leads by a length. Cash and Dragon content with the pocket to this point for Pfeiffer, and now peeking to the outside comes Fear My Grace, and the tempo is quickened as Beatty said go, and Lady Bridgerton sprints to 3/4 in 1:31.1, and they roll around that final turn. Looking at over there for second is Cash and Dragon. Lady Bridgerton by a length and a half. Cash and Dragon will try to gun her down from here. They turn for home, and Lady Bridgerton, she's kicked away by 3. Lady Bridgerton is pouring it on now. Lord did it yesterday, Lady did it today. The Bridgertons are royalty. Lady Bridgerton by 2 lengths. Time of the mile, 1:59, 1/5.
That may have been our fastest last quarter of the first 4 races, 28 seconds flat. Lady Bridgerton, Jason Beatty. Another happy group out of the grandstand on their way to the winner's circle for a picture. Announcer Brian Georges, the trainer on this 3-year-old bit of a legend filly. Race good, 30-1, 101-4, 131-1. They started to pick it up a little bit. And then 159-1. Last quarter, 28 flat. Last half in 58-2.
Yep. So Brian's 3rd win, training win of the meet here. So, yeah, she's been racing some tough company too. She won the opening leg of the Buckeye Stallion Series. She won the Constellation last year, actually, the Buckeye Stallion Series.
Right.
So been made the final, the Almahurst late closer. Looked like she got roughed up pretty good.
No, I don't gamble much down here. I think I covered 17 fairs last year, and I made 2 bets the whole time, and I made one with with Susan's permission at Circleville a few weeks ago. I made one, but you know, it always helps if you are out here and you're handicapped, and take a look and see how the horses perform on these half-mile tracks when they come back to the fairgrounds. I mean, Lady Bridgerton, as you pointed out, the Buckeye Stallion Series win at the Meadowlands, at Delaware, home of the Little Brown Jug, and 55 flat last year. That's a really impressive mile. It's 16-1 with Chris Page, and I was there, and I don't think I had it. But this is a really, really nice filly, and earnings are going to be, close to $60,000 here in the next week or 2. So congrats to Brian and his team.
Another big win circle group down there. A lot of owners involved with this one. And we've been through 4 races, and they're now watering the track. It's a really good sign.
Wow.
Yep.
About 2 hours ago, who would have thought that might happen?
Mm-hmm. Of course, now that sun's beating down on us. We're paying for it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yep, so Lady Bridgerton takes it gate to wire.
Did not finish. The 2, David Sweetie, 4. 3, Cash and Dragon, 2. 4, Lady Bridgerton, the race winner. 5, Fear My Grace, 3. DNF, 4. 2, 1, 3 on the bottom, 30 and a 5th. 101 and 4. 131 and 1. 159, 1/5.
All right, we're rolling along right here at the Clinton County Fair. Next up, 2nd Division, the Springhaven Ladies Driving Series. Scratched down to a field of 4. So we're going to take a look at that here after we hear a few words from our sponsors.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding farm. Cool Winds stands the popular dancing Yankee, a 2-time world champion, along with 2019 Jug winner Southwind Ozzy, the son of Some Beach Somewhere. Cool Winds also stands the royally bred $2 million earning Western Fame. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 13th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
We're back here at Clinton County, in the lovely town of Wilmington, Ohio. We thank everybody for their comments on our Facebook page. Let us know where you're watching from this afternoon. Good afternoon to Dallas, Texas, Guernsey County, Ohio, Scott, Ohio, Wellington, Ohio. Good evening, Ireland. Thank you so much for being with us. It's a pretty big week of harness racing. There's a lot of major races going on this week, particularly as we get towards Saturday evening with the $700,000 three-year-old Pace at the Meadowlands Pace. Previous to that, big races at the Meadows this week. Season's really cranking up right now, and it's a great time to settle in and to watch a lot of these races. We talked about how our sport is getting more and more exposure through social media and broadcast. We're very, very happy about last Saturday night being able to show races from both the Meadowlands and from Scioto Downs on FS2, and that was just really great. I was telling Jeremy earlier, when I had a box at Scioto Downs in the early 1980s and the purses were $1,400 a race, I never would have expected that Scioto Downs would ever be on a broadcast media of that nature. So we've come full circle. It's taken a long time, and yes, certainly the casinos have helped.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is we've got a lot of interest in our sport. We have a ton of viewers that are watching our fair races from, as we just pointed out, not just here in Ohio, but from all over. And we appreciate the opportunity that we have to make people aware of our sport and encourage its growth through all the different things that the Ohio Harness Horses Association does for youth programs and for events where we work with the tracks here in Ohio and at the fairgrounds to do things to encourage people to come out and become more familiar with our game.
Yep. So then also thank the horsemen for sticking around. Some of these guys that, they struggled for years.
For years.
They knew the casinos were coming,
and they did. You're right. And I'll give you a perfect example of that because I talked to it. You know the name Ray Paver?
Oh, yeah.
You know, Ray was, I didn't realize that it was him that was still driving. I thought maybe it was a relative or something. But, Ray was a driver at Scioto in the early 80s. He was young then. I mean, he was the next generation after, Sam Noble and Brinkerhoff and Fout and those guys. He was the youngster at the time. But, you talk about somebody that's put their years in, that's 45 years ago or so. Yeah. And, and these guys are seeing numbers, in terms of purses that it's a blessing for them. Yeah. And I will tell you, being exposed to it, and I know you feel the same way, the folks that are in this business, that are out there in the barns in the morning, that are taking care of these horses, these are passionate, hardworking, really solid, salt-of-the-earth people. I mean, listen, they're not all perfect, but they're hardworking, and they have their morals and their ethicals. They're just really good people, and it's nice to see that they're being able to reap the benefits of what's been going on in our game. So, with that said, we should probably talk about the ladies in the fifth.
That's right. Yep, let's go to the post parade here real fast, and we'll finish with it.
Number 2, last bet for Stacy Curry. Number 3, Skipping Stone. Heather Wolverman Williams at the lines. Number 4, Mackey's back in town. Jasmine Arnold is in a sulky. For Mabel Fisher Memorial Ladies Driving Series Pacers, be at the post in 2 minutes.
Jazz in the house.
We were open.
Yeah. So we got Bobby Joe Brewer on the 1 is Humboldt. Bobby Joe trains for owner Michelle Herman and Matthew Kiesler. American Idea 10-year-old gelding. It's got 15 starts this year. 3 seconds, 2/3. A little over $6,500 in the bank. Still looking for a first win this year. He was a $130,000 yearling purchase.
Number 2 is Last Bet. Stacy Curry trains, drives, and owns. This is a 6-year-old gelding out of Betters Delight, in the northwest of LA by Western Hanover. 17 starts this year, 7 times in the money, 17,000 in earnings, marks of 54-1. Lifetime earnings of $180,000 and a lifetime mark of 51-2 last year at Northfield.
The 3 Skipping Stone with Heather Williams in the bike. Trainer Brian George, owner Sherry Watts out of Florida. 7-year-old Pet Rock gelding. It's got 20 starts this year. Took a win at Miami Valley in 53-1. Heather drove this horse over at Circleville, finished 3rd, and over at Marion, finished 2nd in the Ladies Driving Series.
And number 4 is Mackey's Back in Town. It's Jasmine Arnold in the bike for Jason Borowski. Jamie and Patty Borowski from Asheville, the owners. This is a McCardle gelding out of What's Trouble in Yabunkie, out of the Great the Ponderosa. 14 starts this year, 1 win, 4 seconds, 2/3, 33,000 in earnings, a mark of 54-1. And number 5, as we mentioned, Morningstar Beach has been scratched. So those are the 4 horses for the 2nd division this afternoon's Springhaven Farms Ladies Driving Series, the Mabel Fisher Memorial. The horses are approaching the half-open starting gate.
Yep. 5 wide here, and anything after that's a trailer. So 4 of them heading to the gate. Bobby Joe Brewer, Stacy Curry, Heather Williams, and the outrider at Soda Downs, Miss Jasmine Arnold. Let's switch it over to Brian now.
Lined up for a start. Here to come. They're off in their pacing, and Mackey's back in town. Shoved the gate away, and he's on top by 3 early lengths over Humboldt. Inside 3rd is Last Bet and Skipping Stone. You can see them all around the turn they go, and Mackey's back in town. Jasmine Arnold will try to ration out his speed, and he's on top by about 5. In there 2nd is Humboldt. 30 to the inside, Last Bet, Skipping Stone. Down the backside they go for the quarter. And it continues to be Mackey's back in town. He's fired up on the lead. For Jasmine Arnold in there 2nd, Humboldt for Bobby Joe Brewer, 3rd along the inside, Last Bet for Stacy Curry, and Skipping Stone for Heather Williams. They win an opening quarter mile at 29 seconds flat. And up front, it is Mackey's back in town. That 7-year-old McCardle gelding with a record of 150 2/5 is on top by about 4. On the inside 2nd is Humboldt. Now on the outside 3rd, Skipping Stone was 4th, then 3rd, and now 2nd on the outside as he tries to chase down the heavily favored Mackey's back in town. A half mile is on the board behind the lead of Mackey's back in town, and Jasmine's not messing around. She went a half at 59 1/5. Her nearest challenger is Skipping Stone, who has made up some 6 lengths. But Jasmine says go, and Mackey's back in town is under encouragement down the backside. Skipping Stone still trying to reel him in. 3 more back to Humboldt, and Last Bet is the trailer. Mackey's back in town, still 2.5 lengths to the good. 3/4 is on the board behind the lead of Mackey's back in town. He was there in 27-3. Around the turn they go. Skipping Stone still trying. Mackey's on top by 2.5. The two Wilmington trained horses will settle it. Mackey's back in town by 3. Skipping Stone will not give up, but Mackey's back in town. Just too much for these. Mackey's back in town will cruise to a 3-leg victory over Skipping Stone, Humboldt, and Last Ben is fourth. Time of the mile 157 flat. Big mile.
At 5:30, the big goods auction.
Wow.
Like Brian said, a big mile here for Mackey's back in town. Nope, 156.
Wow. That a 156.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Back
Jazz
up.
wasn't letting up. I
No.
mean, she wanted the speed there.
She started from the start because when they went by us at the start, the plugs were already out.
There we go. Was that right?
Yeah, I thought, well, I saw the right one out. I thought, well, maybe one just fell out or.
I wonder how she got a 4-length lead in the first 100 yards.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but then when they flipped around the turn, I saw the other one dangling down. I'm like, nope.
Wow.
She's already popped them. She was not messing around.
Hey, before we forget, let's just mention how special a lady she is and what she was able to accomplish a couple of weeks ago up at Scioto. Jazz she is an outrider. She's currently based at Scioto Downs, and she does an unbelievable job. Everybody's aware we had an incident up there a few weeks ago, and for all accounts of anybody that was there or associated or watched it, Jasmine was a savior for a lot of people. A lot of horses did a really, really great job of keeping things together after that incident. So we thank her for that and all the other great work that she does, and congratulate her for winning with Jason Borowski's McCardle gelding, adding $300 to her lifetime earnings of $176,000. Don't think this one's about the money.
Nah, no.
Results are now official for the 5th race. The winner is number 4, Mackey's back in town. Home of James and Patty Borowski of Asheville, Ohio. Trained right here at the Clinton County Fairgrounds by Jason Borowski. Number 4, Mackey's back in town. Gate to wire victory for driver Jasmine Arnold. Mackey's back in town covered that mile today in 1:56. The Borowskis in the winner's circle, once again want to thank you for your sponsorship. We appreciate everything you're doing here at the Clinton County Fair, including the cookout and sponsoring the race tonight. So, well-deserved win for the Borowskis. Trainer Jason, James, and Patty, we appreciate everything you do. Mackey's back in town will get the trophy for the fastest division of the Mabel Fisher Memorial. Your upcoming 6th race, number 3, Long Live Cowgirls, make the driver Dylan Fagan. Dylan Fagan gets the 3, Long Live Cowgirls. Number 4, Bit of a Bombshell, make the driver Jason Beatty. Jason Beatty on the 4, Bit of a Bombshell, we'll give you the driver on the 5 as soon as we have it.
Dylan and Jason. Congratulations again to...
There we go.
There we go. Congrats again to Jasmine Arnold and the Borowski team owns and trains the McCardle gelding. That was the 2nd division of the Springhaven Ladies Final Driving Series. We will be back with the 6th race in a couple of moments. That'll be our 2-year-old filly Pace, the 2nd division, featuring some down by the seaside, some racing hills, and a little bit of a legend. We'll be back shortly. You're watching live harness racing from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Thanks for being with us.